What's up, everyone? This is Count Chocula for Count Chocula's Crypt. Today I'm going to do another DCUO audio commentary playthrough. Today's video is Soul Alchemy, a Tier 4 alert, which you start off here in Felix Faust's lair, and you right out of the gate you get jumped by demonic minions. I guess Felix Faust is testing you a little bit here. You've got to destroy these arcane portals before you can actually interact with Felix Faust to begin the mission. So I'm not sure why you have to go through all that, but anyway, it is what it is. There's the exit to Faust's lair, and it says go to Metropolis to continue your mission. So here we are. I'm gonna zoom ahead a little bit. Basically, you fly to the south side of Metropolis. You have to hoard these civilians to the Devolver, a much used item in the DC Universe storyline, and as for a lot of the lower missions, they transform the civilians into failed guerrilla experiments, which you have to vanquish, and it summons out the kind of mini boss gorilla that you have to actually capture his soul. You have to defeat him and capture his soul for Felix Faust. So it's not too difficult. There, once you kill a certain amount, it activates the it says the fierce gorilla, and you have to extract its soul. It's one of many parts of this this Tier 4 alert that you face out in the open world. I'll speak about that a little bit later, but so here we are. We've got 2 DPS, controller, healer, and we've got to beat down this fierce gorilla before we can move on to the next part, which we've almost got him down here, and I seem to be playing kind of the role of tank there. I'm grabbing a lot of the aggro. So anyway, we're gonna collect our loot. Got some ethereal dust, and the loot is the rune gloves of the inhibitor. That's controller piece, so I'm going to pass on that. And it says we have to travel to the Tomorrow district. So anyway, we're going to zoom ahead here a little bit to the next objective, which is right there on the screen. It says burn Amazon banners and stop any Amazon responders. So what you want to do is you just want to activate one of these at a time. There's actually 5 of these. And I've seen people make the mistake of activating multiple banners, and it does bring out a lot of enemies, and it puts some pressure on your healer. I mean, you can get through it if you have a really advanced group. By the way, the combat rating requirement for this alert is 70, which kind of, in my opinion, might be a little bit low. I'm thinking more about 76 is what you're gonna really want to run with. I mean, with your people. I mean, I guess you can get away with a little bit lower, but I find in a lot of the DC Universe alerts and raids, they're kind of underestimating the combat rating just a little bit. I always like to try to get group members a little bit higher than the required combat rating. So anyway, we've got one done. As you can see, we've activated the second. We just have to burn down these Amazon priestess here that are trying to come out and kill us. Not really sure what the purpose of the storyline is. It was part of the Hand of Fate, the 4th down DLC for DC Universe. So I'm just kind of taking advantage. I had let my membership run out on this game because I was, to be frank, I was unhappy with the way the game was progressing and the content that was being given to us. So anyway, after we burn down 5 of those, you have to find. You just have to kind of hunt around the map. You have to find the large banner, which brings out the Amazon champion here, and she's really not that tough. She's pretty squishy. Brings out a few of some Amazon minions with her. And I mean, you kind of have to be on the ball, especially on this open world. If you're playing the healer role, especially because of the game, the natural lag of the game due to the limitations of the PlayStation 3, due to the limitations of the hardware, the spawn rate is very slow and the lag rate can be high at times, especially out in this open world event. That's why I'm not a big fan of these open world events. So anyway, here's our group loot. It's tank shoulders. I'm electric DPS. I can't even roll neat on that. So can't use that because my off roll is for electric is healing. So next we have to find the lead scientist for the Star Labs people up here, and it's on the roof here. So we have to steal the soul of the lead scientist. So we have to beat down the Star Lab security, which we're doing right here. Not a big problem. They're just like basic ads in the game. These heavy mechs that come out are a little tougher. You kind of have to be aware of this. I just kind of keep my distance, use my range AoE attacks. Try to get into the circle of protection that our sorcery healer is laying down whenever he can. So anyway, after this part, that funny thing in the background there is part of the holiday, the Larfleeze holiday event in the background, which I didn't really bother doing this year. It's kind of a rehash of last year, which is another thing, you know, kind of critical of the lack of original content of this game lately. So anyway, it tells us here to travel to Midtown Metropolis, which we'll fly here, and I'll kind of zoom ahead and kind of got to meet up with the group here. And this is kind of example of the slow spawn rate I was talking about. I just kind of block until I actually see things on the screen. It's a little frustrating when you're getting attacked by invisible objects on the screen at times. Looks like our healer is fond of the Manhunter trinket. He keeps popping the Manhunter trinket just for appearances. And we have to defeat the fused soul and drain its power, which this part was a little bit difficult because this final boss here has a protective shield and can only be heard at certain times. So I'm doing my best to try to get into melee range here for a second so I can unleash a combo with my brawling gloves. It didn't really work out, as you can see. He keeps interrupting me and knocking me back. So he's got a pretty wicked knockback. And as you can see, his damage is going down really slow because he's only vulnerable at certain times. And as you can see, he's got the stasis shield activated around him. So this part is definitely the most challenging part of the new Tier 4 alert, because it does take a while, and your healer, you know, your healer and controller really have to be on the ball here to keep everything healed and powered up. And the shield, the shield seems to come on off and on about every 10 seconds. So it's really, you really have to take advantage of the time the shield's down to try to burn some damage, which we've barely made a dent in him as of right now. And there's the shield again. I'm just kind of, you want to try to keep out of those circles as much as you can, the circles that he lays down, because they will damage you and knock you back. So it's got a halfway decent stun effect, and as you can see, finally I get a little bit of damage off on him. Kind of the rotation I use is I send out my and right there it's like he's popping a supercharge there for critical hit, and he's got a And he's got a pull move as well. But like I was saying earlier, the damage rotation I try to use is I try to get off my my electrostatic ball, and then follow that up, because that gives electric interaction. Then I try to follow that up with electrocution, which is the damage cloud, and then I might throw electrostatic bomb to try to polarize the enemy, and then get some interaction with voltaic bolt, trying to get some extra damage interaction. As you can see, the fused soul now grows into like a giant ape form, which with no damage shield, it's not that big a deal, and we've almost got him down here. So further thoughts about this new alert. I'm not really fond of the new content, the unpaid dues, and the seeds of rot, the two 8-man operations, because I'm just not a big fan of DC Universe's open world events, because of the lag and the slow spawn rate due to the PlayStation. So, and as you can see, we finally burned him down. Once you get him about halfway down, it's a lot easier. He stops putting on that shield, and really there's not any relevant drops here. Once again, it's a controller. Ruin Treads is the inhibitor. It's a controller feat, and I have no need for winter snowballs. So, well, that does it. And thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like the video. Leave comments. Give me a like or dislike, and I will talk to you later.